stumbling out of bed, and I still got you in my head from all those pretty words you said. It's like I'm wasted. Every time I see your face, I'm losing track of time and space. I don't know where I am. It's like I'm wasted, and I won't waste it. And I promise that I will stand by you forever. I can't get you out of my mind. I will follow you wherever, and I won't waste it.
Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Leanna. If you're new here, hi. I make videos every week, or I hope to make videos every week. I try to keep regular, doesn't always happen. So I saw a question about this, figured I'd make a really quick video, talk to you guys about it a little bit, and then we'd move forward. I got some 80s rocker hair going on today because my hair won't curl recently, and yeah, that's, you know, first world problem. Please don't roast me in the comments. It is what it is. Okay, let's start this. I saw a question on one of my videos about, can you homeschool someone else's kids? And the short answer, in the state of Ohio, this is not legal advice, but this is just from what I know from my own research. Always, you know, go read the law for yourself. But as far as the state of Ohio goes, yes, you are allowed to homeschool someone else's child in the state of Ohio. There is actually a spot with a lot of the pre-printed forms you can download off of the official state for state education website. Sorry, I'm also having an allergy, you know, whatever. State education website, homeschoolingparents.com, Ohio homeschoolparents.com, hslda.org, and several other websites, which I'll put in the description box, all have forms you can fill out to send to your superintendent to homeschool your child for your notification of intent. So that way you don't have to come up with it from scratch. These sites also have on all of these forms a spot that if someone else is going to educate your child, you put their name and their address and their information. Now, I understand that this is something you need to do because you're a single parent, or you and your spouse both work, or you're a grandparent who has custody, you want the children homeschooled, but maybe you need an aunt to homeschool them, or there's like a million reasons why you get here to where you feel like you need someone else to do the homeschooling, and you still want them to be homeschooled, but you don't necessarily want them going to the public school. So yeah, I get it. I get it. We all end up in these positions. And that's basically what you do. You write on the NOI the person's name and address. Now, I want you to be prepared for the superintendent to send it back and ask for more information. That does happen a lot. Now, here are some other alternatives that you could do if you want to homeschool them still, and you don't want to report to the state that someone else is helping you homeschool. You can enroll them in classes and ask, like private classes, you can get a tutor, and you can, if you absolutely need somebody else to watch them during the day, so you can work then, but you still want to homeschool them, you can ask them to drop them off at the classes, or you can give them busy work and send them to the grandparent, the cousin, whoever's watching them during the day, or a nanny who comes and watches them during the day. You can give the work to that person and then check the work in the evening and go over major lessons with your children in the evening when you're not working, or the weekend, or whatever it is you're not working. That can work, and then you don't have to report to the state that someone else is homeschooling your child, because you still are homeschooling your child. And it cuts back on some of the bureaucracy. Another thing you can do is there is what's called online schools, and there are online schools that are online public schools and online private schools. Those, if you do choose to enroll your child in one of those, you do not even have to report to the state that they're homeschooling. You just pick the school that lines up best with your beliefs on education, and enroll them there. And then they can go to grandmas, babysitters, whoever, as long as the childcare is willing, and they can do their schoolwork. You can check in with the teacher, and there's that. Another option for if you like, I just have to work and I can't stay home with them, is to work from home, and then you can homeschool while you work from home. It is hard, I'm not gonna lie. It's hard. I've been there, I've done it. It's not the best option, but sometimes you don't have the best options, and that's why you're looking at these types of things. Another thing that is a possibility is there are online programs completely online, not sponsored. IXL, Time for Learning, and Power Homeschool are all online. There are videos, and study.com is online. I am an affiliate with study.com, but I have used them in the past. Just full disclosure, I am affiliate with study.com, so I'll leave a link to give you guys some percentage off if you do decide to use study.com. But I have used them in the past. They're a good program. They have free materials, they have pay for materials, and they have tracking you can pay for if your child's, like if you want to do a transcript for if your child's in high school and you're trying to get them ready for college. IXL has transcripts too, and so does Time for Learning. Just as an FYI, I hold no program ahead of the other. I have used Time for Learning in the past. It's actually a pretty good program. It's all computer, so if your child does not like to sit at the computer, keep that in mind. IXL is the same thing. All of the computer, study.com, same. And Power Homeschool is all. The online programs, you're on the computer. I'm sorry if you hear my child yelling in the background. If you, all the online programs are on the computer the whole time. So if you're going to use that, keep that in mind. If you don't like a lot of screen time, you don't like a lot of computer time, that is something to take into consideration. The online public schools and the online private schools have offline work and they have online work. And I'd say it's depending on the program. We've used K12.com, which has a online public school in the past, and they have about 50% online, 50% offline, at least for the first 3 years. It's a good program. I enjoyed that program when we used it, and you have a teacher to catch up with you. So if you're not feeling comfortable in the beginning going out the gate and you feel like you'd still like somebody to hold your hand, something like that may be what you want. Connect Academy K12.com. Mind you, I will be leaving links to all of this in the description. They do great. They have teachers you can connect with. You FaceTime with the teachers. Sometimes your child will have video chat classroom activities. A lot of the teachers like to check in with the children individually throughout the week. It's a good program, but you're on their schedule, so keep that in mind if you sign up for an online public school or an online private school. And it is still someone else picking out the curriculum for those things. But I know for some people that they just want to get them in the home environment, and that's perfectly okay, perfectly acceptable. We have done those programs in the past. They did help our children. We just chose that they weren't for our family long term, but they are good programs, so if you want to check those out. And the online programs, like I said, IXL, Time for Learning, Power Homeschool, and what's the other one? Study.com, and there's a whole list, and I can do a whole blog post about this over on the blog, and y'all can check that out with links and everything. In fact, I will do a whole list of online programs, and with this, at least with the online programs or the online public school and private schools, you can send them to a caregiver. They can get their work done while you have to go to work. Or if you work from home, it's a lot easier to have them working doing these programs because they're all laid out. Your child will be, with the online programs, they won't necessarily have a tutor. Some of the programs offer tutors and some of them do not. But it's mainly them watching videos and doing exercises based on the lesson they learned. My kids did it. We did it while we were traveling for 2 years. It was really nice because we didn't have to buy books. We didn't have to lug those around with us. And it was also nice because it was all in one spot. There was no put stuff away. My house was a lot cleaner back then. The drawbacks to doing all the online stuff though is it's a lot of screen time. Some kids get burnt out really easily from doing online work. My kids especially were done, like donezo, not even interested anymore. In fact, it's been 2 years since we've used online programs and my kids are like, no more, please don't do that again. That was our experience. I know lots of people who do it all the way through and they're very happy because it's easy. You have your transcripts and tracking of their education right in one spot. You're not doing most of the tracking. The program is doing it for you. You do not need to go over some of the work with them if they mess up, because you can always put into, like I know IXL does this and Time for Learning does this, is you can always put in, unless they get above an 80%, they're not allowed to move on. They have to go back and take it again. We did that with ours and they actually ended up doing fairly well. My kids catch on fairly quickly, but that is something to keep in mind. Also, with IXL and Time for Learning, you get regular email updates, and that's nice. HSLDA, just so you know, they have online classes for you too, and OutSchool is really another good online resource if you don't want to do the whole curriculum online. But again, online programs are great if you want to continue homeschooling yourself and not list someone else as the person homeschooling your child on your form. I will say I have not heard anybody having their form sent back and ask for more information when they do list someone else as being the homeschooler for their children, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. And to keep that in mind, whenever you do anything that's outside the box of what everyone else is doing, even if it's legal, sometimes you're going to run into people, overzealous school officials, overzealous school officials who want more information if you're listing someone else as the additional teacher on your NOI. But it is legal, it is possible, and you know, if you want to try it, by all means, go ahead. I'm sorry, my face itches, so I'm going to be scratching my face this whole video. I'm sorry, I'm having an allergic reaction. I'm trying my hardest not to scratch my face, but it's what's happening. But that's what's happening. But that's pretty much all I have about that. Like I said, there are other ways to get around, so you don't have to report someone else as homeschooling your child. You can report yourself as the one homeschooling your child, and then as long as you have a nanny or a daycare that's okay with the kids showing up with busy work, and then you do the lessons in the evening or on the weekends. Or I've seen people who work from home hire a nanny to come in for a couple of hours a week so they can get dedicated work done to their business, and then the nanny sits with the children, does their busy work with them, and then they do the lessons when they're not on a call or really heavy into work. It is hard to homeschool and work, but it is totally possible. If you guys would like more videos on ideas for working homeschool moms, I'll gladly do it. And I say moms, not because dads don't homeschool, because there's lots of dads who homeschool. I'm talking from my own personal experience. Again, this whole vlog is my own personal experience. So if you're a homeschool dad, not trying to leave you out, just talking from my personal experience. If you have any more questions about how to homeschool, specific ones, leave them down below and I'll do a video like this. If y'all have anything you'd like to see, like a homeschool mom routine, which I'm already thinking about doing, leave a comment down below and say if you'd like to see our routine, or if you'd like to see a day in the life about what we do regularly, if you'd like us to get back to regular vlogging. If you were here for homesteading and we haven't done enough homesteading recently, leave a comment and I will make sure to get back to those videos more. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And like I always say at the end of every video, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Make good choices in the meantime, and I love you guys. Bye.